Hey y'all, so I hope you guys are doing well. So as you know, or maybe some of you guys don't know, I moved to Arkansas and I'm working in Memphis. I'm pursuing my license in therapy in Memphis, and I'm also pursuing my music career here too at the same time. But my brother gave me a car because God blessed me and I prayed for free. So I'm going to encourage you guys, if you pray for free, God does listen. And He blessed me with a car that was already paid for and everything like that. And really helped me in my faith to really see that God is listening to me and this is what He wanted me to do. And so I got the car from my brother in December and I drove it from Charlotte, North Carolina to Atlanta, Georgia, stayed there with my other brother, and I drove it from Atlanta to Arkansas. And so I was blessed with a job in Tennessee as a therapist with the community mental health services there. And I've been driving back and forth, sometimes staying in Memphis with my cousin, and sometimes coming home with my mom and stuff like that. But as I've been driving, I've been feeling like something was wrong with the car, and I didn't know, and to this day I still don't know what the issue is. But I was driving home last week on Sunday, and I was on the I-240 heading on the interstate. And as I'm on the interstate, this truck came and it was coming at me in a diagonal way, y'all. And I saw it was about to hit me. And so I jetted on the car. And as I moved in the car, I lost control of the car. Now, prior to this, I've been feeling like I was going to be in an accident, like something's going to happen. And I've been feeling nervous and all those different things, y'all. And so when it happened, my car turned around on the interstate um, and I hit the wall on the passenger side. And thank God no one was around me. Like God totally protected me and allowed it to happen in a way whereas no one was beside me or behind me, so that as the car spun around on the interstate, I didn't hit anybody. Now the truck kept going, um, but I was sitting there in the car and I prayed as the car was spinning around. I was praying like, God, God, God. And I felt His presence with me and I knew that He was with me. And just how the car ended up sitting was facing the oncoming traffic. So whereas I could see people coming towards me. And right across the street was a tow truck company. Just a tow truck was sitting there. And a guy ran across the interstate to check on me and see if I was okay. And um, he called the police for me. And he said he saw everything because I was like, man, did you just see that? He said, yeah, I saw that. And so he called the police, and I eventually found my phone so I can call the police. And I called my mom and stuff like that and let her know what happened, and called my cousin to see if she can come and meet me and stuff. And I was by myself waiting for the police to come. Finally they came, and they told me that where I was sitting was in a bad spot, and they escorted me to another part of the exit, whereas I was off of the interstate and able to be away from all the traffic. You know, um, I am. I wanted to share this with you guys because I am so grateful to be alive, and I keep thinking about that. I keep thinking about the fact that um, God spared my life that day. Like He has a plan for me, y'all. He has a plan for me, y'all. And I know that He does because some people have lost their lives that way. And for Him to spare my life means that I got to get to going and doing what He wants me to do. And so He sent me here down home in Memphis, sent me back here to my family and stuff like that. And He placed in my heart to pursue a music career still. He placed in my heart to get my license in therapy still. He's placed in my heart to start businesses and a non-for-profit and all those different things, y'all. So this year, I'm just praying and following the direction that God has for me to go, because his plans are greater than any plans that we have. And I just want to walk in obedience. And I want to encourage you guys to walk in obedience in what the Lord is leading you to do with the gifts that he's given you. Don't sit on your gifts. Don't sit on anything just because you're afraid of living this life. God, we only have one life, and one life to live. And I remember years ago going to it was a memorial service, and I didn't even know what I was going to. Someone invited me to it and said that it was people coming doing poetry or whatever. But it ended up being a memorial service for a woman who literally was 35 years old or something like that, and was killed in a car accident coming from a comedy show that she was in, pursuing her dream. But life was taken away from her like that. Y'all, we only have this one life. Let's live it the best way possible we can live it. But the main thing is, for me personally, walking in line with Jesus. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. Like, he is the one that's leading my life. And if we allow him to, he will lead us into the purpose. First of all, he'll lead us into what he created us to be. And so we don't have to feel like we're trying to figure it out. You know, so many of us are walking around here. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. I'm feeling frustrated and all those different things. And read Psalms 33, because God says it frustrates the plans of the people, but the plans of the Lord last forever. And so sometimes what it means is we got to be still and wait and listen for the Lord's plans, and not try to take a rope on our own, and not try to take our lives in our own hands, you know, because if we're saying that we're going to follow Jesus, that means we're following Jesus in every area of our lives. We can't just say that this portion over here belongs to me and the rest is God's. No, he wants every little part of who you are. And so when he calls you to do something, he wants you to do it with him, following him, allowing him to lead you. So, and I'm encouraging you guys with this, because that's where my heart is right now. And that's where he's leading me to. God sent me here. I know he's going to send me to do something else greater than what I can even imagine. And I'm holding on to that. I've been fighting the fear that's in my heart, God, y'all, and riding down on the interstate, driving. I had to drive again the next day past the place where I had the accident at. And I could tell you, I was afraid, but I couldn't stay in fear. And I've been praying about, Lord, what is the lesson you want me to get? And I think one of the lessons that he's been trying to get me to get was to understand that I cannot live in fear. When I am afraid and I allow fear to control me, that means I don't trust the fact that he's with me. God has promised. He says, do not be afraid, because I am with you. So I cannot be afraid. You guys, you cannot be afraid to pursue what God has put in your heart to pursue. You got to trust God and know that he's with us. All right. Thank y'all for your prayers. Thank y'all for your love. Thank y'all for just listening to me. I love you. Have a good day.